Hello students, today we are going to talk about oxidase test. This is one of your practicals and using this virtual lab I am going to tell you what oxidase test is and why we do oxidase test and how to interpret oxidase test. Now this is a little literature about oxidase test here. So basically the principle is that if an organism produces the enzyme cytochrome C oxidase, you can see this is the name of the enzyme here. So if the organism is capable of producing this enzyme cytochrome C oxidase, what it does it reduces the oxidizes the oxidase reagent 0.5 to 1% tetramethyl paraphenylene diamine. So when it oxidizes this reagent, there is a development of purple black color, and if it is not able to produce this enzyme cytochrome C oxidase, when it comes in contact with the oxidase reagent, that is tetramethyl paraphenylene diamine, it will show negative result or no color change. So the oxidase test is done to detect whether the bacteria produces the enzyme cytochrome C oxidase or not. If this enzyme is produced, then when you bring the organism in contact with the oxidase reagent, which is 0.5 to 1% tetramethyl paraphenylene diamine, there will be a color change. Positive test will show purple black color, and if it is not produced, if the enzyme is not produced by the bacteria, then you will see no color change, and that will be interpreted as negative test. Now coming to the different steps of the oxidase test. So you have to have a slide. Okay, nowadays commercially there are certain slides available which has filter paper in it, and those filter papers are impregnated with the oxidase dye or oxidase reagent. So either you can use those ready-made slides with already impregnated filter papers with the oxidase reagent, or you can have your own slides using filter paper and oxidase reagent made in your own lab. So here we are going to discuss using a dry slide, which is nothing but a slide that has the oxidase reagent on a filter paper. Now you pick an isolated colony with a sterile toothpick. So we don't use a loop or a nichrome wire or any or a straight wire here, because that may interfere with the test of the result. So we go for sterile toothpick or plastic applicator stick. Then what you do is you pick up the isolated colony of bacteria and you rub it on the slide, the dry slide which has the reagent in it. And after that you have to look for a color change. You cannot wait for very long for the color change to occur. It should come immediately. As soon as you rub the bacteria over the filter paper, the color change should come. And then very important, you have to dispose the toothpick, and once the result is recorded, you also have to dispose the dry slide. Don't get confused with dry slide. Dry slide is a commercial oxidase slide, wherein it's a normal slide. I'll show you the picture. It's a normal slide where the filter paper is there, and in the filter paper there is already oxidase reagent impregnated into. Okay, now we'll see the practical. So this is everything that you need. Of course, you have to have a Bunsen burner when you open the plates, but more or less this is the setup. So this is a box of plastic applicator sticks. These are your test organisms. We have taken Salmonella enteritis, Burkholderia sepsiae, Burkholderia cenosepsiae. Okay, now what we do, this is very important. You can see a dustbin over here with the yellow bag. Yellow bag is always used for microbiological waste. So definitely we are going to develop some microbiological cultural waste which are biomedical hazards. So that's going to go here for discard. And this is the dry slide. Sorry, this is the dry slide I was talking about. So it's like I said, ready-made or commercially available, wherein you see four compartments here, and these compartments have nothing but filter paper, and those filter paper has the oxidase reagent already impregnated. Okay, so I said that you do not need these commercially available ones. If you don't have, you can always have it made in your own lab if you have the oxidase reagent and you have the filter paper. But we are going to discuss it using this one. So let's start it. So um, first I'm going to pick up a stick from here. Okay, so the plastic stick is here. Okay, now let's start with Salmonella enteritis. Click here. Okay, now you can see the growth of the organism on the culture plate over here. There are this area has confluent growth. Confluent growth means the colonies are not apart from each other or not separated. They are all touching each other. This is where you will find the isolated colonies. So I'm gonna, yeah, this isolated colony I'm going to pick up. Okay, so isolated means they are separated from each other. You see isolated colony over here. Okay, just let's see. Trying if I try to pick up a colony from here where you don't have isolated colony, let's see what it says. Okay, let me click. Okay, select an isolated colony of bacteria. So it's very important that you come and select an isolated colony of bacteria, because you never know what mixture you have here. What if you don't have a pure culture of bacteria there? So always go for the isolated colonies which has the character of the organism you are expecting. Okay, so I picked up isolated colony. So you can see the stick has on its tip the bacteria. Now you have the dry slide here, and all the four compartments uh, are same. So I'm going to use this compartment over here. I'm going to rub the organism here. Okay, that's it. So I've rubbed it. And do you see any color change over here? No, we don't see any color change. Now the question is this one oxidase positive? Do you think it is positive? No, it is not positive. There is no color change. So I'm going to click here on negative. Okay. So here you got the result. Earlier you could see only the name of the organism. Now it is labeled as oxidase negative. Okay, I'm going to try again. Okay, so I have this stick which I already used, and I'm not going to use it again. So it is going back here in the dustbin. Okay, now we have two more organisms to go, and you can see only the names are here. Once you perform the test, you will get the oxidase result just like this one. Okay, I'm going to pick up a stick, and yeah, so like I said, we'll go for a isolated colony. I have picked up the colony. Okay, so this one we have already used. So I'm going to use this compartment and set up the bacteria. What do you see? Is there a color change? Do you see purple color? Yes, we do see purple color. So the question is this one oxidase positive? Yes, it is positive. I have clicked on positive. This one goes in the bin. And yeah, so here, see, it is written oxidase positive. Okay, so um, just okay, so I'm not going to use this one anymore. Although two compartments are already there, but for some reason, I don't need it anymore. Okay, I have to discard it. So you have to discard it here in this dustbin. Remember to dispose of the dry slide in the biohazard container. So everything that is not going to be used and has the organism must go in the dustbin. Okay, so yeah, so this one is done. I have this one. Okay, so I picked up the stick. I picked up the stick, and okay, this colony I'm going to pick up. Stick this one. I have a fresh slide over here. I have just spreaded it. Okay, so you saw immediate color change. The question again is this one oxidase positive? Yes, we saw the change in color. That means it contains the enzyme cytochrome C oxidase, and that enzyme has reacted with the oxidase reagent and oxidized the oxidase reagent. That's why we see purple color. So yes, it is positive. I'm gonna click on positive. Yeah. So I have this stick that I just used. It goes in the bin. It's very important, it's not just the test that you are conducting. It is also important how, you are dealing with the waste that is generated in the process, because it's not important, you just conducted the test and gave the report. There is so much more to it. From the moment you receive it, from the moment you finish it, okay, it also include how you take care of the waste that is generated, because every test you run is going to generate some biomedical waste. It's very important how you deal with it, how you dispose the waste. So it's not just the stakes and the organism and the test and the results. Okay, it's more than that. So do you see anything that needs to be discarded here? Because my test is over. Okay, so this is what I don't need, and it goes in the, okay, it goes in the bin. Okay. So my test is over. Now, some important things that you need to know about this test is, where are the areas that you can make errors. So, very important thing which was taught to me by my teachers is, never pick up a colony from McConkey agar for doing oxidase test. For that matter, never pick up a colony from any media which is, not a basic medium. It's always wise to use colony growing on nutrient agar uh, to, conduct oxidase test. Because when you grow organism on media which are selective or special, there is a chance the chemicals there may suppress certain characters of the organism, or can give rise to certain pigments which can give you a false positive result. So these are the things you have to keep in mind, and please try to do oxidase test always from a nutrient agar plate. So that was oxidase test for you, my friends. And if you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me in the comment box. And thank you so much for your patience. And we'll be back with another practical. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.